Blueprint is so laid out that anybody with no sales experience like Ethan has, we've done it, can come in and make that kind of money. And so I understand why people sometimes are like, oh, this can't be true. This can't be real. They haven't seen it, but this is proof of it. I'm just real with them. Like, I think as a leader, that's my job, is to, they kind of already know what they need to do. It's not that hard. Selling insurance is not. It's super easy. You have leads, you call people, you help them protect their family. Like, who doesn't want to protect their family?
All right, Gabe and Ethan, welcome to the pod.
Yo.
How we doing?
We're doing good.
Doing good.
Gabe, how long have we been working together for?
A little over 2 years.
2 years.
Almost to the month, but 2 years and maybe 2 months.
My brother, feels like 20 years. Dude, I remember the first time we ever spoke. We hopped on Zoom, and you're like, yeah, bro, I've been doing insurance for a while. My biggest month is 10K. I'm living down here in Texas. And I was like, this guy ain't going to make it. I'm like, well, if you're serious, move up to Chicago. And I didn't think you were going to do it. And then a couple weeks later, you text me a picture of your Camry all packed up. You're like, I'm on my way. I'm like, let's go. And the rest is history, brother. So, dude, you're one of my best friends at this point. I love you, dude. We've developed a great relationship over these past couple of years. And you've built a really great sales team. Not only have you helped mentored Ethan, but I look at your group, and a lot of your guys are here in our office. They're some of the most consistent guys. Not only the most consistent, I don't think I've heard any of you guys complain for the most part. Like, they're all very positive. They're very upbeat. They're just good, genuine dudes. So that's a testament to your leadership. So I'm excited to unpack certain things of hear your progression in insurance, your journey, and different things you've learned. So first of all, Gabe, for the agents watching this, because you had a much slower path to success than most, which I was in that same boat, but yours was much longer. Mm-hmm. What were you doing wrong when you weren't having success? And then what was the flip that you switched to start seeing success in this business?
Everything boiled down to my environment. So obviously when I got on the call with you, that was July of 2023.
Proximity's power.
Yeah. The 8 months before that, I think I was just, around people that didn't treat the business the same way. They didn't see the same opportunities that you saw and that you were around. So, whether it was like training, mentorship, whatever it was, just none of it kind of aligned. So, it was 8 months of really just trying to figure it out on my own, which never really works out, especially in this business. We're very grateful that we can lean on each other. We've all been through similar things, and we can share those lessons with our agents. And so I was looking for someone that's already walked the walk and is actually doing the things that they were saying. And then that's when I came across you. So, I remember in July, like, hitting you up. It's funny that you thought I wasn't going to make it, but in my head, I had no doubt that, like, I wouldn't be in this position.
Boom. But that's most important. Because fundamentally, we've talked about this before, but the number one determining factor on what makes or breaks an agent is mindset, but specifically under mindset is belief. It's belief in oneself, and then secondly is belief in the product. So if you came in and your mindset was, well, we'll see how it is, hopefully working with Jonah is cool, if it doesn't work out, I got this other thing lined up. Can 100% guarantee you it's not going to work out. But the fact that you said that of like, hey, my mindset coming into this was, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get around the right people. I'm going to get around winners, and I'm going to be in this position and visualize it. That's most important, because it's very easy for us if we're not conscientious of it. I was just talking to an agent yesterday about this exact topic where sometimes we're very good without even realizing it, self-sabotaging ourselves, where it's impossible for us to achieve the level of a higher level of success than what we believe we're worthy to achieve. So for example, if I want to produce $80,000 a month, but I don't believe in my heart that I'm an $80,000 producer, it's going to be impossible for me to get to that point. Nice. And I'm going to self-sabotage without even realizing it. That's what's scary. is like we're very good at, without even realizing it, of different things to cool ourselves down to the person that we believe we're going to be. So before you can achieve the success, you got to be able to see it and visualize it. And the Bible talks about where there was no vision, the people perished. So having that vision of that higher level version of yourself, whether that's I want this amount of money in my bank account, or I want my business to be generating this much revenue, or I want the sales team to be at this per month, or I want to be at this body fat percentage, or this weight, or have this person as my spouse, or whatever it is, or be driving this car. You got to be able to visualize it and see it. That's why vision boards and it got a little kooky with like manifestation and just wish it into being is like, all right, well, there's truth to that because you got to be able to visualize it, but then more importantly, back that up by action.
Yeah, I agree. That was my mindset at the time.
Yeah.
Because like I felt like I already kind of, even though I was failing over and over and over, I felt like once I got around the right people and the right systems, it was already done. So just yesterday, I sent a text to my team in the morning. It was 2 years ago. And it was 9:30 p.m. in Chicago, and I just finished up like my last meeting. I was the only one in the office. It was like lonely. It was just me. All the lights were off, and I was like, all right, I took a picture. I was like, time to go home. And I just remember those first few months just working, first one in the office, last one to leave. It was working until like I got the result that I wanted because I could just feel how close I was to changing my situation. So it wasn't even like a goal that I had. It was just, this is who I need to become. And like, I'm in that process. And so it was really exciting, even though I was broke, came from not the best situation to, a new environment. It was really exciting because I saw the progress almost immediately.
Yeah.
Kept me going.
So coming from an existing insurance company prior to this, coming over here, what would you say to the agent that's in insurance now? Or they may not even be in insurance, they just be in sales in general, but they're not seeing success and they want to get around winners. What would you tell them?
Well, obviously this is an opportunity. This is always available for the ones that want it. But I think back to what you said, they also have to believe that they can do that. Because if I found this when I was, Ethan's age, I think it would have been awesome. But like, I don't know if I would have been ready for it. I don't know if I could have stepped into that and done what like Ethan's been able to do. Because
how do you know you're ready?
That's a good question.
You're never ready.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're never ready. You just got to jump in.
Yep.
There's so many different things you can do. Like there's obviously millions of opportunities out there. And I think they all fundamentally work the same way. If you want to be successful, you have to put in the reps, you have to learn, you have to develop a skill set, and you got to obsess over it for a period of time. And I think most people probably fail on that last one. They don't have that level of obsession for a period of time.
Yeah. But I know what you mean, Gabe. So if I could speak on that, because there's truth to what you said, you have to have a level of, you have to develop the right mindset. You have to have, I see a lot of agents get into this where they may even have really good work ethic and they may have good energy, but they've got a Camry mindset.
What does that mean?
They need to upgrade that mindset to a Ferrari. You know exactly what I mean, Gabe.
What does that mean?
They need to upgrade that mindset to a Ferrari. So for me, you're exactly like if I found this opportunity even a year prior to when I did find it, I wouldn't have been ready either because I was hanging out with the wrong friends. I had a lower mindset, I was operating on a lower vibration. Where I was partying, smoking weed, drinking, wasn't working out, wasn't eating healthy, wasn't prioritizing my personal development, didn't have a relationship with God. So once I got my life together, it all started in the gym. And I remember like for the first 2 months, I would go to the gym 7 days a week. I'd work out for 2 hours a day, like a freaking maniac. Like people probably thought I was a psycho, but I was just like so tired of like, I just wanted to like get to that higher vibration as quickly as possible. And then I would spend as much time like just reading I would rip through books. Like I read probably 50 books in 6 months.
Yeah.
Like ripping through books, upgrading my mindset, upgrading my body, putting clean fuel inside my body and developing the fundamentals. Because if I wouldn't have done that first and have that base and I would have found this, I wouldn't have been ready. But I upgraded my mindset to the point where, all right, I've got the mindset to be successful. I've got the healthy habits. I've got everything else. I just need the vehicle. And last podcast was Yaya. He's same thing. He hits me up. He's like, dude, I've had all this financial success. I'm mentoring all these young kids. I'm instilling the mindset, the faith, the belief, everything else. I just need a vehicle to put them in. Before you can enter the vehicle, to answer your question, how do you know you're ready? Well, what are your habits? What are your habits? What's your mindset? What does your day-to-day schedule look like? If you could just simply just show me your schedule of what you did yesterday, today, and the day before that, I could tell you within 3 seconds if you'd be ready for this opportunity or not.
Yeah, I think that's also why, like, I think Ethan's had a lot of success too, is because, you know, we've obviously had a lot of people come in at 18, 19 years old, 20 years old, and this is a great opportunity where you don't need a degree. You just need those things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ethan's came in and, you know, we've had a lot of agents come in, a lot of agents go out, but then, you know, you're one that's stuck around. You've stuck to your habits. I see what you eat every day. And you don't operate on a level of like your emotions. This is what I need to do today.
Stud. Very stoic.
We were just at dinner yesterday and he's like, dude, I looked at my calendar. He's like, I haven't taken like the most I've taken off this year was like 2 days when we were at convention.
Yeah, 2 days in a row.
Stud.
Every single week was filled up.
I love that. Well, Ethan, I want to transition this conversation to hear about your story, because I love to see where you're at, because you remind me a lot of myself when I first started. Was like, dude, you come in and you moved here from Michigan, no prior sales experience. You moved from Michigan to Chicago at 19 years old, young kid. I was very similar boat. We both struggled our first couple months. But talk to us about what was your first 30, 60, 90 days like in this opportunity, and what was that flip that you made to start seeing success and really hit the ground running?
Yeah. So like you said, when I first started, I was 19 years old. I had no sales experience. So like right away when I got into this opportunity and I heard about it, like I was already kind of looking around for sales jobs. So when I like heard about this, I heard about Gabe and like everything he was doing here. His brother told me about it. He's like, dude, my brother sells life insurance.
You're like, life insurance?
Life insurance? What the? He's like,
what is that?
Does he make money? He's like, I think so. And I'm like, okay, sweet. And then like 2 weeks later, we got licensed. We're out in Chicago. When I told like everybody I was getting into life insurance, moving to Chicago, everybody told me not to do it. But I just didn't care. I just needed change. So my first month when I got into it, it was tough. Like I had the right work ethic. Like you were saying, I just didn't really have the belief. So my first month, at the end of it, you know, showing up every day, I was grinding. I thought I was doing the right things, but like I just wasn't super intentional. Like I was just saying the words on the script, but I didn't really believe fully what I was saying or in the opportunity.
Just going through the motions.
Right.
Okay.
And then so at the end of my first month, I actually ended up losing money, which when I got into this opportunity, like I already had that mindset where I told myself, you know, I might go 90 days losing money, and I was willing to do that. So I came in like willing to be able to do that because I saw what was possible. So like when my first month ended and I did lose money, a lot of people might have just quit and like packed up, said it's a scam. But I came in willing to do that. So my second month comes around, you know, I kept showing up, first one in the office. I kept buying leads. I kept just grinding. At the end of my second month, I was able to deposit over $12,000, which was the most amount of money I ever made in my life at that point. I was 19 years old. So like, that's when it kind of like flipped. I'm like, holy shit. Like this is real.
Yeah.
I just made $12,000 from sitting behind my computer reading a script.
Yeah. Boom. In the bank account.
Yeah. And then so like it was still like that, those first 90 days where I was like gaining the skill set, because I didn't have the skill set. I didn't know anything about sales. So it's still tough. That's where I started to learn the process. After 90 days is when everything just flipped. Everything switched, where like I got the belief in everything that we were doing. I saw the deposits in my account. I saw what people like you and Gabe were doing. So from there, like I just took off. Same thing, like I kept grinding. The only thing that switched from like my first like month or so to like the end of the first 90 days was I just like flipped that belief where I fully believed in what we sold. I knew like, you say it all the time. There's like not really anything more important that we could be selling than life insurance.
Yes.
And I fully believe that as well. Like, even ask Gabe, every single client I get off the phone with, whether I sell them or not, I know every single person I talk to needs it.
Yes.
So like I hear agents sometimes, they're like, oh, I wasn't able to close it. They didn't need it. They had it. I'm like, no, they need it. There's always a way you can help. So like doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how young you are, doesn't matter how much money you have. I know everybody needs what we sell. So just having that belief, and then like it comes out in my words. When I'm reading the script to clients, like they can feel my belief. They know I'm serious about what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. You said something important I want to highlight. You said that the reason I struggled in the beginning was because I didn't have the belief. So what helped you flip that switch to believe in yourself and the product more?
I would say just learning more about the product, because I didn't have any knowledge about anything what we did. I'm like, what is mortgage protection when I got started? Like, I had no idea really what we were selling.
Yeah.
So just like learning more about the product, and like just seeing, realizing what it does for these families. When like you go through that situation and you see that, knowing that, if something happens to John, Mary's gonna be homeless.
Yeah.
So like, not saying that I'm like God, I'm protecting the whole family, but like what we do is pretty important. We help a lot of people.
For sure.
You obviously belief is something we should stay on real quick, because I think that's ultimately what we've been talking about. It's what determines if someone's going to be successful or not. You also said, when you first came in, you understood that, you might lose money your first few months. You understood kind of what you were getting yourself into. And the question is always, there's so many people that get into this. The question is not whether or not you can do it. I hate when people come in, they're like, oh, if it works out.
Right.
Like, that shouldn't be not even just saying like that shouldn't be a question, because it might not, like, it's obvious that it works.
You determine if it works out or not.
You decide if it works out or not. So Ethan already had that mindset made up. He already understood what his first couple months would look like, what, the future would look like once he figures it out. He saw other people doing it. Dude, you also made a big sacrifice coming to Chicago, because you also had a business before this. And for your age, like, you were making decent money. So I think there's a level of sacrifice to that as well, because we talk about people getting into the business. They're a little bit younger. Maybe they're not ready for it. I just don't think they want to make the sacrifices. So talk about that too. Like, what you were doing before this, and how you were like, nah, you know what? I'm done with that. Even though you had success and you were looking for more.
Yeah. So throughout high school, I had the landscaping business. I was making like decent money. I make like 5,000 a month with like barely working in school, like just messing around with my friends, basically doing yard work. So like barely working. It was super easy, making a decent amount of money. I was able to save up a lot. But like I just started, as like the years go on, like I kind of like hated showing up. Like, I'm like, oh God, it's Monday. I got to show up. I got to pull these weeds. I got to move these rocks. Like, it just sucked.
Yeah.
So, and like, I always had the business owner mindset, always. Like, the thought of getting paid by the hour has never made sense to me. And I've tried to do it. And like, I was always the hardest worker in everything I did. So like in high school, I worked at this car wash. They like promote me to like the leader, whatever, right away. And like, I was getting like 50 cents more than everybody else. I'm doing all this other shit. And I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, these people don't even know what they're doing. And, we're getting paid the same. So I had the business owner mindset day one. And I just started like looking at the opportunity that I was doing with like blue collar landscaping. I also was working a hourly like construction job. And like one day I just remember thinking, like, the owner of my company that I was working for the construction company, he has like $1 million house, whatever. It's a pretty nice house. He's doing pretty well. He's like 50 years old, but all of his employees are making 20 to 30 grand a year. So like, it's like, okay, so the only way to be somewhat successful here is working for 30 years and then becoming like the top of the food chain with that. And then once I heard about this opportunity, it's like, okay, So the people at the top here are making hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And then like the agents within the agency are making, millions a year. It's like, it's just a complete switch. So when I saw that and like how scalable and like how you can just grow, like it's literally just a video game. What am I?
Bro, it's literally a video game. As you're talking about that, it reminded me of there's people that will not only go for free, but they will pay money for 4 years, 6 years, sometimes 8 years for a college degree that most people, the majority of people, aren't even using. And it's not even they're doing it for free. It's like they're going negative and they're going in debt to do this. And then you look at this opportunity where it's like, all right, it's not like you're walking on blind faith. You've got this person, hundreds of people in the company that don't have any innate special talent or ability, or have been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years. They're typically within their first couple years in the business and they're already killing it. They're already making deep six figures. They're literally lending you a hand and offering you to show you a exact blueprint and exactly what they're doing to achieve that financial success, that financial freedom. You're like, oh, no, it's all right. It's too hard.
Yeah.
No, that's a scam.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, dude, what clearer sign do you want? Like how much more clear could it be for you?
Yeah.
Where I love what you said, because we live in a day and age where people are just so consumed by instant gratification. Instant gratification, that is a scam. Where it's like, all right, dude, I'm trying to make $1 million. I'm trying to make $1 million in the next 6 months. That I don't know anywhere that exists.
Yeah.
That's a scam. Where it's like these kids like Lamborghini. Social media is not real. So social media has poisoned people's mindsets. Where luckily, when I got into this business, that wasn't really as prevalent when I was 19 years old. And I'm making myself feel old saying that, but like social media really wasn't like that, like it is now. So I came in, and growing up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, dude, growing up, average income there is $32,000 a year. Like you said, the only people that I knew that were successful were my parents' friends, family in their 40s, 50s, 60s that were making, all right, hopefully if I work really, really hard, hopefully I make $200,000 a year. That doesn't make any sense. The only person I knew that was successful was one of my buddy's older brothers. And I'm not going to say his name, but he had multiple, like he had a big real estate portfolio and owned a lot of houses in our hometown, Sioux Falls. And this guy was a big deal, drove a Porsche, like good looking dude, had nice brand new modern house, nice car, beautiful girl. And he was like 28, 29, like maybe 30, I think he's 30 in his 30s now. And I remember I went to him, I literally went up to him and I had a couple meetings with him. I knew of him. We've spoke a couple times. I literally said, hey, I will work for you for free for 6 months. If you can just simply show me exactly what you want, like what you did to get to where you are and the income you're making, I will work for you for free. And he blew me off. And he's like, no. And he was very cocky and very arrogant. He's kind of an asshole. Anyway, fast forward now, it's 5 years later. I'm making more than that guy, drive a nicer car than that guy, and live in a nicer house than that guy. So I don't say that to be arrogant. I'm saying that as like, dude, this vehicle is, I've looked into every single entrepreneurial avenue, whether it's crypto, day trading, Forex, stocks, Amazon FBA, this sales job, that sales opportunity, solar, like I've genuinely never seen a better opportunity than the insurance industry.
Yeah.
And what we have here.
100%.
We were at dinner yesterday, and that's also a good point. Like just a random Tuesday, just at one of the nicest steakhouses. Just me, Ethan, and Will. And Ethan's like, his first year, he's like, dude, I think he's like, I made about as much as a heart surgeon.
about as much as a shitty heart surgeon.
Yeah. And it's like,
next year will be a good heart surgeon.
Dude, the longer you're in it, the better it is. But it's just crazy because that doesn't mean like he's had to work really hard. That doesn't mean you can just get a license and print money. I made the mistake thinking everyone in insurance was rich. I just thought if you had an insurance license, you were rich. But
yeah,
the blueprint is so laid out that anybody with no sales experience like Ethan has, we've done it, can come in and make that kind of money. And so I understand why people sometimes are like, oh, this can't be true. This can't be real. They haven't seen it, but this is proof of it.
Yeah. And I think the funniest thing too, like a lot of people, like they see what I'm doing and like I'm having a lot of success. Like I'm doing way better than I ever thought was possible. What's funny is like I'm not even at the top of I'm not like number one of the leaderboards in our company.
Yeah.
Like I'm like 10th place, and everybody else above me, they're also young, 20, in their 20s. They have the same opportunities, same resources, and they're making 50, 60K a month.
Yeah.
So it's just funny.
Yeah. Proximity is power.
Yep.
Surround yourself with high performers and you will make more money. And fast forward to now where Ethan, I love what, I love seeing your success so far, and I'm excited to see what you do even more, but it's like, dog, it's like, bro, you're 20 years old, you're driving an $80,000 AMG, and you eat wherever you want, you live downtown Tampa, you live in a nice place, you drive a nice car, and you just got started in this. You're like, dude, I'm in 10th place. There's all these people that are doing better than me, and I have all these goals. And by this time next year, I can't wait to see where you're going to be. But that's a testament to sticking to the process, where it's very easy to overestimate what I can do. And, I'm going to come in and I'm going to kill it my first month. I'm going to make a bunch of money. Well, I hope you do. A lot of people have, but you're probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not going to make a whole lot. You're like, dude, I went negative. Not only did I make zero, I lost money. Second month, all right, break even. But you compound that over 60, 90, 100 days, 6 months, a year, 2 years. It's like, that's the mindset you need to have. So going back to like working for this guy for free is like, I found out pretty quickly that I would rather die before I live a regular life or work a regular job. So it's like, all right, well, I have no college degree. I need experience. I need to learn. My biggest debt, I had some credit card debt. My biggest debt is my ignorance debt. How can I pay my ignorance debt down as quickly as possible? Get in the right vehicle. Dude, I don't care if I don't make any money for my first year. It's like, dog, as long as you can guarantee me that 5 years into the future, even 10 years into the future, I'll be making $1 million a year. I'm fully prepared for that. And one thing that really helped my mindset was I had belief in myself and confidence, but I undersold the opportunity. I'm like, dude, I'm willing to come in here and grind, and but before I'm the age of 30, like if I could be like late 20s, lower 30s, making $1 million a year, easy, like that would be really cool. Dude, I come in 5 years later, I made my first $1 million at 24 years old. I'm like, holy shit, 25 years old, $2 million. Like, dude, but that's a testament to just stick to the process and keep working and keep grinding, and don't get complacent when the money gets good.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing people do, where it's that self-sabotaging tendency where it's like, all right, I worked really hard to get here, but now I've got a bunch of money in my bank account. All right, I'm going to let off the gas.
Yeah.
And then they get on this roller coaster.
Right.
And going up, going down, etc. So to wrap up, you guys have done a really good job of hiring young kids, but getting them writing, getting them successful, developing the right habits, the mindset. We covered a lot of good stuff on this podcast. What are some other tactical, tangible things that you're doing to get young kids having success quickly and getting paid quickly in this business?
I'll go first, I guess. I think one of the main things is being real with them.
Yeah.
They see the Instagram stuff, they see the cars, they see people flexing. And again, a lot of the stuff you really can't trust.
They flex in the Camry. They're like, dude, dog, I got to come work for this guy.
Dude.
Show me what you're doing to be successful.
Podcast. That's another podcast in itself. But I'm just real with them. Like, I think as a leader, I think that's my job, is to not necessarily, they kind of already know what they need to do. It's not that hard. Selling insurance it's super easy. You have leads, you call people, you help them protect their family. Like, who doesn't want to protect their family?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the mentality and the hard stuff when it's like, okay, what happens when that person cancels though? What happens when, I'm in my business and then I hit this roadblock? So I think my job as a leader is just to guide them. Like, hey, I've been down this road. You're going to run into this. This is how you navigate it. This is how you come out on top. So before Ethan even got started, like, he knew that his first 3 months were going to be rough. He knew that he wasn't going to be rich in 3 months. And setting realistic expectations, because you don't need to get rich in a year. Like, let's be real. Like, that would be great. But like you said, what if I can guarantee you that 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, like, this only gets better. It only gets better and more fun and more exciting and easier. And obviously you have new challenges, but it's just a crazy opportunity. So I like to be real with them, and I like to explain to them, like, this is your first 3 months. It's going to be your next 3 months. This is your first year. This is what the second year looks like. This is what your third year could look like. You
Yeah.
want to build a team. You want to diversify into other verticals. Like, this is what you can do. This is the opportunity. These are the expectations. And then it's up to them to take it. But at least I'm being real with them, and I'm not, selling them some type of dream that they don't think that they can hit, or
You're
maybe
not selling them a pipe dream.
maybe only like a small percentage of people can hit it. It's like, nope, this is the map. This is the road. This is how it works.
And that's a testament to your leadership, and that's why your people love and respect you, is because you are very real with them. Like, you're very real with them. You don't BS them. You always shoot them straight. I've never heard you BS in my life. I can't think of one situation.
Yeah.
Where you're just a straight shooter. You say it how it is, but you're also just down to earth, and you're very patient. You're not selling them a pipe dream of like, because that's why a lot of people have the bad taste in their mouth too, because like they join these MLM companies where agents are at a low comp, no leads, agents are broke, and then they're selling them a pipe dream of like, all right, yeah, like you said, that 5% of the people in the company are actually making money. But with the opportunity we have here, it's like this, and this is what to expect. You're like under promising, over delivering a lot, especially in the first 6 months. And this is the process. And if you just lay it out and be real with people, that's what people want. Like, especially in today's day and age where there's so much just fakeness out there, to put it bluntly. Like, if you can just be real and level with people, like, hey, and be there for them when they need you, and be consistent, be dependable. That's what really matters as a leader. So that was well said.
Yeah, I agree with that. Same thing. Like, I feel like sometimes people, when they see like the stuff I put on social media or whatever, like see me kind of flexing, they're like, "Oh, this guy's a douche."
Ethan's capping.
That's what I thought about Jonah when I first met him.
But like, once I get on the call with them and like they're intrigued, it's like completely different. Like you said, like, I'm just completely real. I'm gonna tell you probably everything that you don't want to hear about it. Everything I went through, like, just exactly what you should expect. I really don't gas it up at all. I'm like, yeah, we have people who come in and make a shit ton of money right away, but I didn't. So this is probably what you could expect. So like, coming in and it's going to be tough, but also like when we're recruiting like people, like I really just look for people that are similar to me, who are like young and hungry.
Do you hire part-time?
No, absolutely not.
What are your non-negotiables? If somebody wants to work with you, what are you looking for?
They need to have money to invest in their business. They need to be willing to put in the work, and they just need to be coachable. That's really it. So like, as long as they can do those things and they follow our process, no reason you don't have success.
Let's go.
And I fully believe in that.
Let's go. So so somebody's watching this right now and they want to work with you. They possess those characteristics. How can they find you?
I got link my bio, Instagram, Ethan_Coursey. And then we hop on a call from there, make sure they're a good fit. I always tell everybody, like, it's always a 2-call process. I'm going to ask you questions, see if this is something that you're even wanting to do. And then from there, we'll hop on another call, make sure you're going to be a good fit.
Let's go.
But I think another thing is, like, when we're recruiting, young people into this industry, it's a no-brainer. Like, this opportunity absolutely changed my life. And when you look at it, it's like, we work remote, we're 100% commission, which anybody with any kind of drive would get fired up about that. And then like, we also get pretty high commissions, where it's like, a lot of the times I'm getting $1,000, $2,000 from one sale deposited in my account the next day, where it's like, it makes no sense why you wouldn't do this if you have big goals and you want to do big things.
Yeah. And to your point, it's like, people that because I understand that growing up in a small town of like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Why you're making that much money? Well, it's like, dude, just break down the numbers. You're like, all right, and just be transparent with people. You're like, hey, this is how much I spent on leads this week. This is how many leads I got. This is how many phone calls I made. Based on this amount of leads, this is the number of people I talked to, and then based on this is my conversation to presentation ratio. And then based on that, my presentation to close ratio is this. And this is the sales I closed, and this is how much I deposited.
Yep.
And then when you just show them the numbers, it's like, can't argue with that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I believe anyone can do this.
Yeah.
Anybody. It's not that hard.
Let's go. What a good note to end on. So Ethan, drop your Instagram handle one more time for those that didn't get it if they want to work with you.
Ethan_Coursey.
Let's go. And Gabe, if they want to work with you, where do they find you?
Just hit up Ethan. He'll take care of you.
Let's go. All right. Let's help some families.
Let's go.